CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to teach you how to make what I am calling the Tunisian Desert Triangle Blanket Shawl. So this is a very big triangular shawl, and it is done with Tunisian crochet. This is also done in a Tunisian knit stitch. If you're new to this, don't worry, I'm going to go slow and teach you how. So let's go ahead and get into the materials. I did use a 10mm, and this is called a Tunisian cable hook. You can find these on Amazon. I found a whole set for like 12 bucks. So I'll try to put that in the description box below if you don't have this already. But I did use a size 10 for my blanket, but I broke the cable. Now I can't blame the company for this because I was bending it quite often and not paying attention to what I was doing, but it did make the entire blanket before it broke. It was actually on something else that it broke on. So I'm going to be using a 9mm in the video, but you will need a 10 to get the same size that I have. Okay, so also what I did was I used the Red Heart Super Saver Latte stripes for this, and I did double the yarn. You want to make sure when you get your skeins that you start on different colors. That's what makes this look so ombre-ish and look so pretty, because you're mixing the colors within the latte stripes. Okay, so just make sure, because sometimes skeins can be exactly alike. It's rare, but they can be. So just make sure that they're not exactly alike and you're starting on a different end. You will need 6 full skeins to make this full shawl blanket if you make it as big as I do. Okay, and you're going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to chain 3. It's also important to know that for this Tunisian project, there's not a lot of curling, which is a common problem with Tunisian projects, but because you're using such a large hook and you're doubling your yarn, it doesn't get as curly as other projects will. And there will be a little bit of curling at the beginning, and as you're working it'll flop over just a little bit, but don't worry, by the end of your project it'll all flatten out. There's nothing that you need to do. Another thing is, this is Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and some people think that it's a little bit harsh, you know, but if you wash it and dry it per the instructions on the thing, it will soften up just fine. So after you chain 3, you're going to pull up a loop in each of your next 2 stitches. So you're going to go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, and you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 1 of those loops, then you're going to go through 2 and go through 2 again. Okay, now we're going to start increasing. So this is row 2, and what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and you're going to go in between this stitch. So now we're going to start doing our Tunisian knit stitch. When you yarn over like this at the beginning of your row, you are technically increasing with Tunisian crochet because we're adding another loop to our hook. But to do the Tunisian knit stitch, you're going to yarn over and we're going to go in between this space right here and around to the back and pull up a loop. Then you're going to go to your edge. This is your side right here. You're going to see there's 2 loops right there. You're going to go through that and pull up a loop. You're now going to have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 1, then you're going to go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. Okay, and then you're going to repeat that. So for this project, you would repeat what we just did in row 2. You're going to repeat that from row 3 to row 100. Okay, so but I'm still going to show you how to do this. So you're going to yarn over, go in between these 2 pieces right here, pull up a loop, do that again, go in between these 2. So right here you've got, normally, you know, you would just go through and pull up, but you're going to go to the back of it, pull up a loop, And then when you get to your edge, you're going to work your edge by going into there and pulling up a loop as well. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 1, then you're going to go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. Okay? And then you're going to do that again. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go in. Now this one, because this is our yarn over where we're doing the increase, it's going to be recessed back a little bit. Don't worry about it, but you're still going to work into it as normal. So yarn over, go through the middle of this stitch here, go out to the back, pull up, do that again in your next stitch, do that again in your next stitch, and then when you get to the edge, work through that and pull up. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go through 1, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. And again, yarn over, go into this space here. Don't forget, even though it's recessed back a little bit, you want to work into that one. Go in between, go to the back, pull up. And again in your next stitch, pull up a loop. And into the next. And then you've got your edge, pull up a loop there as well. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you see you're increasing as you go, and that's because when you yarn over there at the beginning, you're increasing your work. Okay. And this is the way it looks. So again, we're going to yarn over. Make sure that you do not miss this stitch right here at the beginning. As you can see, it looks like I said, it looks like it's recessed back to the back a little bit. So you definitely don't want to miss this stitch. Yarn over, go through there and do a Tunisian knit stitch. Go through here just like we've been doing, pull up all the way down. And then when you get to your edge, pull up a loop there as well. And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops on your hook. Go through 1, then go through 2, 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 and go through 2. Just like that. And as you can see, we're making a beautiful knit stitch here. And this is what our triangle looks like when we turn it on the side. So even though you're working through here, along here, this is making the triangle like this, okay? So let's do that one more time. Yarn over, go through this first stitch right here and do a Tunisian knit stitch, pull up, go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, pull up a loop, into your next stitch, pull up a loop. And again, I'm going to get real close so I can show you. You're going behind this piece and through to the back, pulling up a loop. And then don't forget your edge. Then you're going to go through 1, go through 2, 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 and go through 2. Okay? And as you can see, it is flipping just a little bit on me, but it's okay. It's going to turn out beautiful, okay? So I'm just going to do a couple more rows where you can watch without speaking or anything. And then I'm going to show you how to continue on, but of course yours will be much bigger than mine. Okay, so now I've done several rows of that, but remember you're going to go all the way to row 100, so you're going to have a lot more than me. And so now let's just pretend that we're on row 101. So from row 101 to 125, you're just going to do regular Tunisian knit stitches across with no increase. So you know how we were yarning over like this at the beginning to make an increase? You're just basically going to stop doing that for between rows 101 and 125, okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to do normal Tunisian knit stitch. So you're just going to go through this first stitch without yarning over and pull up a loop, and then go to your next and pull up a loop, and your next and pull up a loop. And this is what's going to create the very pointy end of your scarf that hangs down your back area. This is what's forming that, okay? So just going through each stitch and doing a Tunisian knit stitch normally with no increase at the beginning. And then you're going to go through one, then go through two, then go through two, 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 and then go through two. And then you're going to repeat that again. So just like before, you're just not going to yarn over. You're going to go right into your first stitch, and now it's not going to look recessed anymore because you're not yarning over. So you're just going to go normally through there, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, all the way down, pulling up loops in the middle of your stitches instead of like this. Okay, so you're going through the stitch. And as you can see, it is curling a little bit at the bottom. Like I said, don't worry, that'll work its way out as you go along. And then don't forget your edge here at the bottom. Pull a loop up there, then go through one, go through two, go through two, go through two, two, and just go through two, going all the way back down. Just like that. And all we're doing is stopping the increase. So you're going to see a little edge over here, okay? So let's do this one more time without yarning over. You've yarned over so much by now that you're going to want to continue to do it, but just try to remember not to. And again, working Tunisian knit stitch all the way down. Go through one stitch, then go through two, 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 all the way back down. And this is what it looks like. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to start decreasing, okay? So after you do those rows, row 101 through 125, now you're going to do a decrease through rows 126 through 229, okay? So what you're going to do now is, before we increase by yarning over, now we're going to decrease by going through some stitches here. So what we're going to do is, you see we've got these front loops here. And this is what our Tunisian stitches look like. We're looking at these loops right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this one, this stitch right here. We're going to go through the next stitch, and then we're going to go from behind like this, okay? So kind of like when we do a knit stitch, And we're just going to go through there, pull through both of those, and pull up our loop like that. Okay? So then you would work normally doing your Tunisian knit stitch all the way down. Pulling up a loop, going through each stitch, going through into the back, and then get your edge, then go through one, then go through two, then go through two, and this is what's called your return pass. So on your return pass, you're just going through two, going all the way down to the end. And that is how you do a decrease. So let's do that again, okay? So again, you're looking at your front loops here. You're going to go through this one. You're going to go through this one. And then right here in this space, you're going to go through the back, pull your yarn through both of these front loops, and leave that loop on your hook. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and do a Tunisian knit stitch. And you're going to do that all the way down. And like I said, you're going to continue doing this for rows 126 through 229. But instead of counting, you know that you're just going to keep going till you have 3 loops left on your hook, just like you did in the beginning. Okay, and to go back, go through 1 stitch, go through 2, 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 and just keep doing that on your return pass, just like that. Okay. And then again, I'm going to show you how to decrease. So looking at these front loops here, you're going to go through this front loop, you're going to go through this front loop, and then you're going to go through the middle here, pull up your yarn, go through both of those loops, keep the loop on your hook, okay? Then you're going to go into your next stitch and work a Tunisian knit stitch like normal, and you're going to do that all the way down. And don't forget your edge. And then you're going to go on your return pass, you're going to go through 1, and then you're going to go through 2s, going all the way back down. So we're going to go through 2, go through 2, and as you can see, what we've created here is we've created a little mini shawl. So we've started over here, we're going up, we stopped increasing up here and did just some regular stitches, and now we're going back down, okay? And again, to do a decrease, looking at your front loops here, you're going to go through this one, and then go through this space right here, pull through both of those, and then do a regular Tunisian knit stitch going all the way down. Don't forget your edge, pull up a loop there as well, go through 1, go through 2, and go through 2 all the way on your return pass. Just like that. And then again, decrease. And we're nearing what would be the end of a shawl, but of course you would have a lot more work here. But you're going to go through, we've got 4 loops on our hook. We're still decreasing, so we're going to go through 1, then go through 2, then go through 2, then go through 2. And then we're going to decrease again. We're going to go through these front loops here, go through, pull through those, and then don't forget your edge. And this is where our 3 loops are. And then you're going to go through 1, go through 2, and go through 2. Just like that. And then you're going to cut off. And now we've made a little mini scarf. I mean, a little mini shawl. Okay. And so now what you would do was you would cut off and you would work in your ends. Just like that. Now, this shawl is beautiful without binding off around it. But what you could do as well, and I did do it on mine, but it's nice and all, but you don't have to do it, but you can slip stitch around. I mean, you can, yeah, slip stitch around. They call that binding off. And it's called that in knitting as well. So that's totally up to you. But the thing is when you're looking at this scarf, and again, yours is going to be way bigger than this, but it's going to look just like this. Okay. And so this is where we cut off right here. And this is going to be the top of your scarf that goes around your neck, and this over here going down, and then this is where we did the regular ones with no increase or decrease, and then it comes back up. These are where you're going to put all your tassels. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to cut about 14 inches for each one, and I would keep the color change. That's how I did mine. Just keep the different colors in there, and then I fold that 14 inch in half, and then I'm going to go through each and every single stitch here, and I'm going to pull in and do a tassel. So to do that, I'm going to use my hook here. I'm going to pull this in, and I've got a little loop here, and then I'm going to pull my other piece through just like that. Okay, and because this is just such a big shawl, you really just need to do one 14-inch piece for each one, and then you can even them out as you go. So like right there, it got a little bit, so I would just cut right there, and I would continue doing those all the way down and around. Okay, but again, it's totally up to you whether you want to bind this off or not. I think the stitch just looks beautiful as is as well. It definitely has a line around it. Okay, but I did do it, so if you want to do that, you can. And just real quick, just to show you, to do the slip stitches at the end, instead of tying off, you would simply go into each stitch, and I'm having to bring this in to show you, but you wouldn't have to do that, and you would just do a slip stitch all the way around just like this. Make sure you keep it pretty nice and loose though, because you don't want it to pull on your project, so you don't want to have really tight slip stitches. Okay, so you would just do that all the way around your work, just like that. Okay, so that's all there is to this. It looks so intricate and hard, and it's really not. But if you need any help or anything, first of all, I have a beginner video below, and I have some other Tunisian videos that I'll put below that can help you if you're brand new to Tunisian crochet and you find this difficult. You can look at those. And also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you don't feel comfortable, leave him a comment here on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I have a Gmail, and that's also, all the links for those are in the description box. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notify me bell below, and sharing helps more than anything, guys, and I really appreciate it. So I'll see you again soon for another project. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.